We're live here at the Ghetto Fabulous Studios. Want to remind you all I can't afford therapy, but I can afford you. Boy, do we have a lot to rant about today. Whew. Where to start? Ben Affleck's a tool. Joe Biden's a fool. Barack's going to kill us all. Pride goeth before the fall. Enough of the poetry. Okay, people, CDC doctors are telling us that we shouldn't block the borders to keep people with Ebola out. I say we shoot the damn planes down. It's a plague. It's going to kill us all. There's no cure. There's only let's hope you survive it. Here, we'll give you this to make you comfortable. Okay, if you've been in Africa, let's send them to Gitmo. All the planes that are trying to get in from Africa got to wait 21 days in Gitmo before you can come into the United States. Don't let them on the continental United States. I mean, how easy is that to figure out? If Ebola infected people don't make it into the United States, then nobody in the United States will get Ebola. Biden apologizing to Turkey. Piss on Turkey. The Muslim freaks, they need to eat it. Send them pork. Let them eat bacon. I'm so tired of the ISIL beheadings that any Muslim country that possibly has any level of support for these turds needs to be cut off from the rest of the world. Mainstream society should not send those fuckers a dime. And so what if Joe Biden made a gaffe? He makes a gaffe every time he opens his mouth. And Afleck doesn't know shit from Shinola. I bet you he sucks his Batman. Just saying. Well, I don't know if you all have heard here locally, one of our newscasters named Dave Folk. Great guy, great storyteller. Does the weather, does the traffic, does the news for 98.7 Talk Radio. Well, he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer that has metastasized into a tumor in his liver. It's stage 4 colon cancer. Well, that's what this is all about. Cut it off in solidarity for Super Dave, because he's doing everything he can to fight this, and we're pulling for him. Good guys, lots of prayers would be helpful. I am fairly certain that this country is not going to survive Barack Hussein Obama if we don't do something about all of the underhanded, lying, dirty, sneaky things this fool is doing. Everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie. Everything he does is the wrong thing for America. They can't get Obamacare to work because it'll never work. It will not work. It won't work. In a free capitalist society, it will not work. So what are they going to do? They're going to turn us into a communist society, and we all have to tag along and play nicey nice. To hell with that. I mean, he's lost the respect of the entire world to the point where pissants like ISIS and ISIL are threatening our military families. People that are putting on a uniform and putting themselves in harm's way now have to worry about their families. Well, folks, I say it's time for us to heal up, saddle up, and defend our military families. That's right, I'm saying we need to patrol where the police can't patrol. We need to be where the sheriff can't be. We need to be ready. And we need to stop them. I'd like to think that, concerned friends and neighbors and acquaintances, church acquaintances, social acquaintances of our military families know enough to shut up and not give out their private information. Because they're going to try and find out where they are. They're going to use the internet, they're going to use friends, they're going to use associates, they're going to use businesses, they're going to use whatever pattern they can find to locate these military families. And if that starts happening, we need to clear all illegals and all Muslims out of the United States. We can't have this happening. This cannot continue. And if the moderate Muslims won't stand up with us and fight this mess, they need to go too. I'm tired of them being offended because my kid eats a ham sandwich. I'm tired of them being offended by the American flag. If you don't like the American flag, get off American soil. You don't belong here. You don't deserve what we have to offer. Go away. If you want to be a part of the greater good, a part of the whole, and that doesn't mean conform in every way, shape, or form, but respect the country that's providing the level of freedom and opportunity that we have here in the United States. Show some respect. Respect society. Respect local government. Respect your neighbors and your friends. Stop this I'm offended crap. If you're looking to be offended, you're going to be offended. Let me be first to tell you, you should suck on some pig. Have a greasy pork sandwich. And maybe a beer. I mean, just because someone else eats goat doesn't mean I have to eat goat. And it doesn't mean that I have to stop them from eating goat. If that's what they want to do and they're not harming anybody, eat all the goat you want. Simple as that. What harm am I doing to you by eating pig? Do you find it tasty and tempting? Is that you're afraid you're going to go to hell because you want to eat pig? Bacon is the great redeemer when it comes to food. Your recipe could suck, and you add bacon, it makes it better. May not fix it, but it makes it better. You could put bacon in Jell-O and it would taste good. So, be offended. eat any pork. It's simple as that. We've got to get control of this. Economically, fiscally, security-wise. We've got departments on top of departments on top of departments on top of departments within the government that do or produce nothing but cost millions. It needs to stop. Government has become a self-serving entity that dregs up money out of our pockets. They're going to start charging us for air. Oh, you have a breathing tax. Clean air breathing tax. You know, there comes a point where the greater good's not being served by our government in any way, shape, or form. It needs to be shut down and rebuilt from scratch, zero to rebuild, starting with the Constitution. All of these crazy, crazy, crazy laws need to be abolished. And we need to start with a moral base. A country filled with families that want better for their children, instead of the me universe. Change needs to happen, and it needs to happen before we fall.